Hi everyone, this is Manasvi Singh Chauhan and this is the project session. So in today's session, we'll be building a charity website from scratch, and here I have made a folder. Now I'm opening this folder in Visual Studio Code. So here it is, and I'll be making an index.html file here. Just a second. Great. So I'll be loading the boilerplate template, and let's name it anything. Let this be the name for the time being. Now, before starting to build, let's look at what our mockup is going to look like. So I'll just design a simple UI in MS Paint only. So suppose this is my page. First, I want a navbar from where we can go to anywhere in the page, and then I need a background image here on top of which we can write some stuff, and then let's make a few sections. Let's have three sections for the time being, and this is the footer, uh, where we'll write the contact and stuff like that. And let us have like three boxes here where we'll write a bunch of stuff, and also here we'll also write a bunch of stuff here. And here we'll have an option for a form. So this is pretty much what it's going to look like. This is a very rough mockup. So let's get to building. I have opened this in split screen. Now as I can see, I have one, two, three, four, five, and six sections here. So let's build six divs. You can use a shortcut div dot. Okay, let's use ID here. Now I'll copy and paste it six times, and obviously I'll change the name. So now we'll be doing stuff in these divisions only. For that, let's open my website in live server. So here it is. So obviously there's nothing here as of now because we've not done anything. So since this is a navbar, let us have an anchor tag here, uh, which will lead us to different locations in our website. So Now let's write about gallery team and I guess these sections are enough. So this is what it looks like right now. Now obviously it does not look very good. So let's build a CSS file where we'll do all the styling, and let's connect this file. So as you already know, we can access this div in my style.css using a hashtag. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm going to set a color. Let's, okay, wait, should be background color. Uh, Let it be black and let the text be white. Okay, so since these are anchor tags, we have to use the combinators. So this essentially means the A under the div tag. So which means we'll first go to div 1 and then we'll go to A. This is how we target specific elements inside the divisions. So let this be so I think this looks better than before. Now, as you can see, there is a little margin here and here, so I don't want this. So what I'm going to do is body margin 0, padding 0. This is something that we should do in all the websites in the very beginning. So this is made, and okay, now let's give it a height of say 30 pixel. Oh, it's still too small. Let's do 50. Okay, yeah, now this looks better. And obviously, I want all of them to be aligned and equally spaced. So for this, I'm going to use Flexbox. Just a second. So for using Flexbox, all I need to do is write display flex, then line item center, and justif- justify content space space evenly. So I think this looks good. Let us also have another link which brings us to the top of the page again. So this is div 2 I'll write home. I think this looks good. We'll change the font and other things later. Oh, okay, so if we want to increase the size, we can do that. For the font size and font style and stuff like that, you kind of have to experiment around and see what looks good. Now let's move on to the second div. So here I wanted an image. I can do that div by writing div2 background image URL, and for image I'll be using Unsplash. Here you have free and HD quality images which you can use directly in your websites. So let us search for charity image. I think this image looks good. I'll copy the image address because that's what I need, and I'll paste it here. I need to write something. Okay, so for this to be visible, we need to give it a height because for now there's nothing written in div2. So obviously there is nothing to give a background on. So let's give it a height of 80 VH. VH is viewport height, which means this particular division is acquiring 80% of the visible height. I hope that's clear. So now our image is visible. Now what I need to do is uh, I'll write a bunch of stuff here. So for that, uh, let's see what we can write. Mm, let's write, let's take an h1 tag. This is the heading tag, and we write give a hand. Okay, and then h2 tag where we write children, and then let's have a p tag, paragraph tag. Mm, well, we'll write some dummy text. So to write dummy text, all you need to type, all you need to do is type lorem, and it will just give you a bunch of text. So obviously this does not look good, and we are going to style it. First, let's remove this margin, whatever this is, margin top equals to 0. Okay, minus 10. So I think this is working. I'll give it a minus 20 pixel, minus 25. Okay, now the white space is not visible, and I think this looks good. Okay, now Mm, let's see. I need to bring this text in the center. So let's do display flex. Display flex. Justify content center and align items center. Okay, I also need to give a flex direction, which will be column. So I think this is okay. Now let's also, okay, wait, something happened here. Oh, what is wrong with this? Now let's see. I also need to style these individual elements. So for that, I'll be using combinators if 2, and this was h1, so I'll target h1 and give this a color, let's say red, and then div to h2, color white, and also p1, right? And for p, I'm also giving a width because I don't want it to be spread across the whole width. I want it fixed to like a certain area. So let's see, 100 pixel. I think this is too small. 300 pixel. 350. Okay, now this looks good. The red color does not look great, so let's do something like green. Okay, it still isn't visible. Let's do white only. Take this to 400 pixel. This font does not look great to me. So let's search for a font on Google Fonts. Let's see. So Poppins is my favorite font and it is already here. So I'll just copy this import line and paste it at the top of my CSS sheet and apply the Poppins font to the entire HTML document using font family, and so this looks a lot better. Okay, so let's see now. So my div 1 and div 2 are made. For div 3, let's have a few more divs. Let's have 3. So these are essentially my subsections where I'll write a bunch of stuff. So let's do an H2 here where we'll write give inspiration and a p tag where let's use the dummy text and a button. Let it say read more. So obviously this button does not work. So we are just making the front end, so this button does not work right now. Mm, is this text white? Yeah, I don't want it to be white. So okay, let's just copy this in these divs also, and then we can get to styling. Here is give scholarship and give donation. Okay, now I want it in a column and obviously different colors. So let's target the div 3 first. Div 3. Okay. Mm, let's do a display flex. I think this is already looking good. Yeah. So in the background, I think I need to do a no repeat because I think this is repeating. and also height and width. And red VW. VW is viewport width. It's still not. um, let's see. If I comment this out. Okay, let it be for now. Let's focus on the important stuff. So I've done display flex and it has already got to got in the row format. Now I'll be targeting the other classes. Okay, this is class, right? Mm, dot here inspiration background color, let it be brown. Yeah, great. Dot here. Let this be blue and dot. Now I want it spread across. So I'll do a I think this looks a lot better. Now I also want some margin and padding here. So obviously I'll do that. Margin top pixel so that there is some space. And I guess that's pretty much it. This looks fine for now. Also give margin bottom. Again, let it be just margin. I think this will, yeah. I also want all this text centered and the button centered. So let's do display flex and justify content center. Okay, I also have to do flex direction. Row. Sorry, column. So in Flexbox, the flex direction is row by default. So you have to change that. Okay, how does this look? Okay. I don't think this made any difference, so let's just remove it. In web development, you just have to try around a bunch of things until it works. Uh, let's do a text align. Text align center. How does this look? Yeah, a lot better. So I'll copy this line and paste it here and here. I think this looks okay. So these buttons obviously do not work right now. Also let us give the buttons mm, some styling. Let's do right a little padding and a margin bottom of, let's say, 20 pixel, and a cursor pointer. So whenever I hover, it will give a pointer cursor. And I think this looks good. I think this looks good enough. So we can now move on to the next div. So the next div was gallery. For that, Mm, let us have a bunch of images from Unsplash related to charity only. Copy image address and paste it here. Now let's have 6 images. That's 6. And obviously, these have to be different images. So let's take this one and let's have. Okay, we already done this. Let's have this one. I'm so sorry. Let's have this one. See the website now. Okay, we have 4 distinct images. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have 4 distinct images and 2 more to go. So let's take this one. And let's take this one. So we have our gallery. Obviously, I do not want it to look like this. I want it in the center, and it should be centrally aligned, and it should be square. So I'll do that using CSS. Let's get to it. Div 4. Okay, I need to target the images of div 4, so I'll write image after div 4. And okay, first let us do a div 4 display in div 4. How does this look? Okay, not good. Now I'll do a flex wrap. This will automatically make our website responsive, which means it will work on different screens. Okay, I also want a heading here, so let us write in H1 gallery. And now I can target the images. If 4 images, and I'll give them a, let's say, height of 100 pixel. Okay, that is too little. need to wrap this in another div because it is targeting the entire div 4 and reducing it in row format. But okay, you know what, let's remove this for the time being. 100 is too little, so let's do 200. Is this okay? No, let's do 500 and also give it a width of 700 pixels. So I think this looks pretty good. Uh, okay, let us give this a margin. So we have a little space between the images. Let's do 10 pixels because we do not want a lot of space, just to differentiate. I guess this is okay. Let us increase it a little bit. Yes, now this looks better. Now I want the images to get bigger when I hover across them. So for that, what I'll do is div 4 hover. I'll write a transform scale 1.2. This will make them a little bigger whenever I hover. Now I don't want this transition to be so abrupt, right? So in the image we'll do transition 100 ms. So this will take a little time. Like let's do 200 ms. So this will take 200 milliseconds to transform. You know what? Let's do 300. This is a lot better. I think this is looking pretty good. And I guess 1.2 is a little big, so let's do 1.1. Great, so now we have our about and our gallery. Now let's have a team page. So in the team page, I want like little boxes with image of people and a little bit about them, or quotes said by them or whatever. So let's have three members in the team. Okay, first I'll write the heading team, and then I'll make another div here which is team members, and another div. I mean, these are three divs. And first I'll have an image of the person. Let's remove this. Followed by a paragraph which is about them or something said by them or whatever. Let's do it. When you format document in VS Code, it becomes a lot cleaner. Now I'll this 3 times, and I have nothing here because the text is white, and I'll have to give it a color actually. So let's find images of some people which we are going to use as our team members. Mm, let's say people. Um, okay, let's have this person, and say this person, this person. So there we have it. Now let us do some styling here. Now I want, let's say this class was team members, right? Now let us make it display flex. So I guess this is done. And now I'll do a member image. Now I want the image to be like uh, 30 pixel maybe. Image width 30 pixel. No, this is way too small. Let's do 100. 150. I think this is okay. I'll also give it a height of 150 pixel. And what I'll do next is give it a radius, border radius of 50%. So this will become a circle. Now, let's have a background color of, let's say, gray. So text is visible. And in the team member section, I will do members text align center. I think this looks great. Also in the team member section, let's do display flex is already done. It has to be justify content center. This has to be justify content space between space evenly. Okay, these will work better. Now I want this team to be in the center. So this was div 5, right? Div 5 text align center. Right. I'll also give this a margin of say 20 pixel. Nice. This looks a lot better now. So we have our gallery, we have our about page, we have our home page, and we have the sections. You know what? Let's give the body a light color also. Uh, let us have background color of say beige. Yes, better. Now that we have our team page, uh, let's make a contact page now. So for the contact section, I want like on the left hand side there should be some text saying our mission, and on the right hand side there should be the phone number and the email ID, etc. Okay, so let's do that. That should be our div 6, in which I want two divs. Okay, no, yeah, two divs. It must be divs only. It should be of the class. Let's say mission, and here I'll write an h1. Okay, let's say it is h2. Mission and our dummy text. Great. And in the second div I want contact information. So let's have an ordered list where I'll write phone number, email ID, I think this is okay. Now I'll give this a styling. Let's say div 6. Uh, let's do a background color of navy blue. Right. And a display flex. And let's do flex direction row. So it is side by side. Okay, I did not write which one here. Let's do right. obviously need to give a margin top. Pixels. I think this looks good. I think this looks pretty much done. I just have to do some finishing touches. Now let's do justify content center. It's in the center, and color white. Let everything be white because that ensures the highest visibility. And I think this is done. I think this looks good, and you can do any changes to this according to your preferences. One thing I would like to do is let's make the navbar sticky. So for that, we'll do position fixed. So this will not move with the website, and I'll be able to see it no matter how and where I scroll. And so since we used the anchor tags, we can see we can go through the entire page using this website only, the navbar only. Now I also want the behavior to be smooth. Like I don't want it to abruptly go to this div. I want it to like scroll through it. uh, Scroll behavior smooth. So now if I go to some place, okay, it's still not smooth. Do I have to like, no, as a web developer you need to utilize Google as much as you can, right? So I need to write this in HTML. Now I think this should work. Right. Now this is a lot smoother, and obviously it works very well, and this looks pretty good. You can do this transition effect to any of these divisions as well, or these team as well. I think this is pretty much done. You can make any changes to it as you want, change the color and play around. And if you have any doubts, please contact me. Thank you.